Are you looking for a reliable car that won't break the bank? In today's video, I'll be sharing 5 reliable vehicles you can find for $5,000. I won't just be sharing normal everyday vehicles, but I'll also include a couple fun sporty examples, so make sure you stay tuned to the end. The first car on this list is none other than the Honda Civic. Since its start of production in the 1970s, Honda has sold over 10 million units in the United States alone. A car well known for its reliability, the Civic has a track record of running for hundreds of thousands of miles. The 8th generation Civic is a good option for the $5K price point. The 8th generation ran in the mid to late 2000s, and you can get them in either a coupe or a sedan. These cars are also relatively fuel efficient with combined fuel economy around the 30 mpg mark. If you've seen some of the other videos on our channel, you may know that Nathan, another host, had a 2008 Honda Civic with over 200,000 miles. He had a coupe that was a pretty base spec, and you can easily find those for under $5,000. Here are a couple examples I found on Auto Trader. We've got a coupe and a sedan. While the coupe has a few less miles than the sedan, both should run for tens of thousands more miles, and both look to be in pretty good condition. If you want something a little more sporty, you may be able to find a Civic Si in this price point. It will be a little more difficult, and you may have to drop to the 7th gen, but it is possible to find a Civic Si in this price point. It may just have higher miles or be in a little bit less nice of a condition as your standard Civic coupe and sedan. If you thought the Honda Civic sold a lot of units, the Toyota Corolla has something to say about that. First starting production in the 1960s, the Toyota Corolla has sold over 50 million units worldwide. The Corolla is a direct competitor to the Civic and is another vehicle well known for its reliability and low maintenance costs. You can easily find examples of the Corolla in the 200,000 and higher mile range. These cars are just super reliable and again, low maintenance costs if something would happen to break. Here are a couple of models I found on Auto Trader. Both are 2009 model years. One's got 170,000 miles while the other has 270,000 miles. Both of these look to be in pretty good condition and are under that $5K price point. You should be able to fairly easily find a Corolla in this range. Both the Civic and Corolla offer a pretty similar experience overall. Both have good fuel economy, both are reliable, both have low maintenance costs. The only thing that's going to differentiate if you take a Civic or if you take a Corolla is probably going to be just your personal preference or maybe your brand loyalty. If you're more loyal to Honda, you like Toyota better, maybe you choose one or the other. If you need a little bit more space than the previous two options, check out the Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V is a 2-row SUV that is plenty practical and has a good amount of space. The CR-V, just like the other two cars on this list, has been a bestseller since its introduction. Starting production in the 1990s, there have been several generations since then, all of which have good marks for reliability. Another benefit to the CR-V is that you could option it with all-wheel drive. So if you live in a snowy climate and you want the added comfort and peace of mind of having an all-wheel drive vehicle for that time of year where there's snow or ice on the ground, a CR-V might be a good choice for you. For the $5K price point, you're going to be looking at an early 2000s model year. Now with this, you are going to, of course, get higher mileage vehicles as with every car on this list, but you should have some peace of mind knowing that Honda reliability that comes with the CR-V. Here are a couple examples I found online. Both have reasonable miles and look to be in pretty good condition. If you prefer Toyota as a brand over Honda, you could also look for a Toyota RAV4, which is really a direct competitor to the CR-V. Again, just like the Civic versus Corolla debate, it just comes down to which brand you really like more, which styling you like more maybe, but again, both cars would offer a very similar experience. As you may have noticed, this list has been dominated by two companies, Honda and Toyota. Both these companies are well known for making quality, reliable vehicles. The fourth car on this list will be the last from these two companies, but that is the Honda Accord. What would drive you to buy a Honda Accord versus the Civic, you might ask? Well, the Honda Accord adds a little bit of excitement to this list of relatively normal cars. The Accord could be optioned with a 240 horsepower V6 engine and could be mated to either a 5-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual transmission. The 6-speed manual transmission mated with that V6 engine is definitely the enthusiast's pick. This V6 offers you plenty of power for good acceleration and really a pretty fun driving experience. I would also argue that the mid-2000s Accord has pretty good styling. While the V6 option will provide you with the most fun driving experience and the best acceleration, there is a 4-cylinder option if you're looking for a few more MPGs. Here are a couple examples I found on AutoTrader for the 5K price point. Both have the V6. One is a little bit lower miles than the other, but the higher mile one does have the 6-speed manual. Both of these are EXL trims as well, which is the top end trim, which would have the most luxuries. The Toyota Camry would be the equivalent Toyota to the Accord. However, I think that the Accord looks better and it has better performance. My choice would be the Accord, but if you prefer Toyota, take a look at the Camry as well. Last but certainly not least is the Mazda Miata. Finding a reliable sports car at this price point is no easy task. The Mazda Miata is a small roadster built for carving up the back roads. While it may not have a ton of straight line speed due to a smaller engine and not very much power, its lightweight and good handling capabilities make it a fun and nimble driving experience. The Miata is also known for being a reliable and cheap to maintain vehicle. The Miata has gone up in price over the past few years, so it is getting more tricky to find one under that 5K price point. Here's one I found on Cars and Bids from a few months ago that sold for $5,100. All of the examples I have shown have come from major automotive sites like AutoTrader. If you want to look around locally on sites like Facebook Marketplace, there's a good possibility you can find some better deals than what I've shown. I also want to mention while the vehicles I listed in this video have a very good reputation for reliability, each manufacturer has cars that are more reliable or less reliable than others. It's always a good idea to test drive and inspect the car before you buy it to sort out any major issues that you might be able to see right off the bat. If I missed any cars you think should be on this list, let me know down in the comments and maybe I'll make another video. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more, and with that said, I'll see you in the next video.